Okay, thanks, professors, for having me here. I want to present my thesis today. I want to show you the protective study of disruptive technologies in the retail industry, food retail industry. It's artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. My supervisor is Professor Lars Meyer-Warden. I have 18 slides, so I need to hurry up to go. Myself, I'm Jens Gebauer. I'm the CEO of the Gebauer Group. I run 7 brick-and-mortar outlets and several online shops, turn over 155 million per year, and have more than 750 employees. We are part of the Edeka Group, a cooperative with 80 billion and more than 410,000 employees, the #1 in German food retail. The context of discovery of this thesis, I was in a delegation on an 8-day trip to Silicon Valley in California, 2017. And I visited a lot of top-tier CFOs, CDOs, CDOs from unicorn companies in San Francisco and Palo Alto. And during that trip, more and more it came to me, they were talking about artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and disruptive technologies in general as the next big thing. And I asked myself, how gonna affect that my business home back in Germany? So I decided to take an executive leadership program at Stanford University in 2018. One of my professors was Condoleezza Rice, the former Secretary of State in the US and the Dean of Stanford University. So I learned a lot there. My thesis research question is, what impact do the Internet of Things and the artificial intelligence have on German food retail? The German food retail market is basically run by 4 companies, Edeka and Rewe, the full assortment shops. And then we have Aldi and Lidl, Schwarz Group. They are the discounting shops. They basically share the market. What is important to know is about the food retail supply chain. It's from farm to producer to wholesale to retail to consumer. And in between all the logistic steps, I will come to that ever so often in that thesis defense. So disruptive technologies are technologies that unexpectedly replace existing technologies. For that, the definition of Internet of Things is IoT is an interconnection of every object embedded with sensors, software, and other technology that enable them to collect, exchange, and process data via the Internet. In the global food beverage market, we can see from 24 to 29, it's an annual growth about 12%. If we move on to the artificial intelligence, and for me, artificial intelligence and IoT are 2 sides of the same coin. IoT is there for data gathering, while artificial intelligence is there for structuring and analyze it. So the definition of artificial intelligence is AI is a system or a machine that can mimic human intelligence in performing tasks and improving repeated experience. So AI in the global beverage markets is even more growing. Now we're about 10 billion, 24, 29, it will be nearly to 50 million. That's an annual growth from nearly 40%. It's a very, very dynamic market. All the literature review I did for marketing research is based on Schumpeter, a Vienna professor in 1934. He wrote about the creative destruction, and Clayton Christian, a Harvard professor, who wrote about disruptive innovation. And because those technologies are so quick developing and so quick changing, I was looking for frameworks. And if you look to my literature, the oldest is 2000, that's basic, but everything else is 2019, 20, 21. This is because this technology moved that quick down. The methodology I use is grounded theory, going back to 1967 Strauss classes. So basically what I did is I did 3 studies, and the 3 studies I compared to the literature review. The first study was a group discussion. I did AI analysis and I did topic modeling, finding out the points. And what I add new to the grounded theory is I did a human in the loop approach. So the human in the loop is manual quality check of AI results by human and correction in between each step along the evaluation process to assure accuracy, completeness, and consistency. With the results, I formed the individual interviews. Again, I did AI analyze them, classified them, I looped them up, and again, the human in the loop came in. With the summary of that, saturation was not reached, so I had to do a secondary study market-leading companies and how they're going to use IoT and AI. And because I didn't get an interview with them, so I found videos on YouTube, journals, interviews. So I transcribed it and AI analyzed them. I classified them again, human in the loop, and I came to some summary. So I found that with topic modeling, that saturation was reached. Then I compared that to the common literature. And finally, I did the conclusion and the final theory building. Study one was a group discussion, 13 participants, a leader in the German food retail. The result was 25 pages. And the findings were digitalization and industry transformation, awareness of IoT and AI, potential influence across value chain, efficiency enhancement, human AI interactions, data-driven decision-making, marketing automation, AI ethics, restrictions and the environment, and challenges and risks. So I compared it to the literature, and there were only 2 points hit with the first study, so saturation was not reached. The result is digitalization will change German food retail, but IoT and AI as a disruptive technology are not fully in mind. Theory building saturation was not reached, but many indicators found for the interview guideline of study two. Study two, I did with 31 individual interviews with executive managers and leaders in German food retail. Result was 553 pages. The findings were identified potentials and opportunities, AI in animal tracking and agriculture optimization, manufacturing and product optimization, supply chains transparency, automated warehouses, delivery and logistic, predictive inventory management, customer engagement and marketing personalization, real-time data analysis, smart pricing, automated checkout, and smart cars. So the impact for the industry is that robots will change the workflow. The required skill set of the employees will change. Smartphone is the core device, especially in customer communication, and altogether we will see a much more data-driven communication. The trends and concerns I found were they rather use Amazon Web Services than develop their own. The attitude of employees about AI and IoT is not entirely positive. There are data privacy concerns and consumer acceptance. Customer trust deeply influence the implementation. And what I found as well is that the correlation between private use of the manager and the will to implement in the organization was there. So the results, I compared it again to the literature. So I hit much more, some in a very low percentage, but the result altogether, IoT and AI will change retail. The German retail is thinking about implementation, but the saturation in the grounded theory was not reached yet. That when I did the deep analysis of market leader, a secondary study, I found videos, interview reportages about Amazon and Ocado. Amazon 24 videos and Ocado 12 videos. The findings were IoT and AI are already in use. Smart warehouses and operations, robotics and automation. In logistic operation as a competitive advantage. Advanced inventory management is there. Classic retail and online retail, they're both using cloud services. They have chatbots and AI assistants like Amazon Alexa, and they have smart cars for counterless checkout. So the focus topics were retail innovation, so the trade-off between online and offline retail, e-commerce, online and cloud services. They use and they even sell them to other companies. Customer experience is in focus. The operational efficiency and the cost reduction come with that is in focus, and that lead to organizational changes and to workforce evaluation. The strategy vision for use this technology is the core of those companies. Amazon and Ocado invest and use AI massively. They upskilling them employees in their higher talents. They create new business model by selling every of their technologies, even to competitors along every step of the whole supply chain. I compared it again to the literature, and I had a hit with every common topic in literature. So the result was heavily usage of IoT and AI in almost every process, and saturation was reached. So then I did the overall discussion. Again, the main question, what impact do the Internet of Things, IoT, and artificial intelligence have on German food retail? Big impact on every part of the German food supply chain in the future. It's a major difference between classic retail and native e-commerce companies. Digital market leaders use and invest heavily in IoT, while German food retail evaluates and invests restrictively. So German food retail is simply in an early stage of the technology usage cycle. The result is IoT and AI are fundamental technologies for successful German food retail companies. They create competitive advantage on almost every process along the supply chain. The impact of IoT and AI is big, and it will grow in this dynamic developing market over the next 5 to 10 years. The academic relevance and the gaps are disruptive technology will influence how universities organize themselves, how they communicate, and how they publish. There will be a gap between the practical side and the theory side. Probably the practical side in the moment is a little bit more quick. The relevance of AI for the universities and for academics is Witzlewek, a former Nobel Prize winner, said probably a machine may be the better scientist in future. So AI, qualitative and quantitative analysis, goes straight to the heart of scientific research. AI-driven algorithms become indispensable in academic research by mining data for patterns and structures above human recognition. Speed and accuracy of academic research increase. AI will be integrated in several research methodologies, lead to knowledge expansion that transcends traditional boundaries of human intellect and AI capability. So theoretical gaps of AI knowledge gap. So science don't really understand how AI come to correlation and to conclusion. Ethical and moral gap is data set could include gender, race, or other discriminatory view. There's the chance of abuse of AI, face recognition, what we see a lot in multimedia now, deepfake multimedia, and also autonomous acting weapons, just to name some of them. Censorship gap, the black box problem again. Why do AI prefer one answer over the other? So, and then finally, we have the artificial general intelligence problem. AGI doesn't exist yet, but it is part of many theories. The managerial contributions of IoT and AI, it will fundamentally change the organizations by planning, organization, command, coordination, and control. We will see much more data-driven and real-time decision-making. The management go from ex post to ex ante in controlling and in management. It will be more proactive coming from reactive, and we will see new forms of agile working. The communication will change between the departments, the people, and all the market player. We will see flattened hierarchy, direct communication, multilateral. So automation of control functions, process automation, even in strategy, marketing, and operations, demand and supply prediction based on complex facts, so big data as a decision base. The result is more efficiency and higher margins through co-work between machine and human worker. The organizational contribution is the digital Darwinism will add a competitive component. It will be the survival of the digital fittest. It is important to implement the digital DNA into the decision-making process. Therefore, I think it's necessary to have a digital officers on the C-level. When the decision is made, the technology has to come in to find the right solution to do it. It's not just to do the decision and give it to an IT guy and say, find a solution for that. On all the other levels of organizations, we will see much more data analysts, data scientists for big data analysis, structure and preparation and visualization of that. We will see a much more collaboration between humans and artificial intelligence. We will see lower cost in some area where automation hit in, higher cost for sure research and development and in the IT department. And all departments will change under the influence of IoT and AI. Change in prioritization, workflow, and communication. So we'll see a lot of data-driven solutions, sales prediction, merchandise planning, consumer interaction, marketing, robot automation, HR, management planning, financial analysis, and again, automated reporting and controlling. The result is structure of the organization need to adapt to be quick, to handle big data and stay competitive in a highly tech-driven ecosystem. The societal contributions I did for the UNESCO was really, really interesting as well, because I found to all 17 goals, I find something to write. So this, again, for me is clear that IoT and AI together are underlying general purpose technology, probably a little bit similar like electricity was in the 18th century. The limitation of this thesis is overall, I'm not a native speaking English researcher. I did purposeful sampling that is open to biases. There was a clear disbalance between male and female. I had a close relationship to many participants, so probably they responded in a way they should not with a foreign interviewer. Also, there could be missing information in the interviews. We still have the AI black box problem, and the customer acceptance is not present in the study. That is a limitation as well. In methodology, there's AI analysis-based biases. I try to fix that with the human in the loop cycle. I did a purely qualitative methodology, grounded theory-based. Probably a mixed design would have bring more evidence. And there's also still the question, the influence of narrow question. For study 1 and 2, the group discussion and the one-to-one interviews are open to biases. Professor Meyer-Warden and me were part of the group discussion ourselves, so this is probably open to biases. And if you do the interviews again from 2020 till now, the technology changed so much and the knowledge about the technology changed so much, so probably the answers would be different. All the participants knew each other, and probably that is a big mistake. Sometimes I do active involved in the discussion. It took me a lot of time to clean that data before I put it to the artificial intelligence. So in study 3, it's a secondary information source. It's no scientific information. The future of research, I would like to research more about the asymmetry between brick and mortar and e-commerce. I think about the implementation in big and small companies is interesting. Biases of an AI system and developing ethical frameworks for technology, blockchain and robotics. That's the other two which are important for the food retail. Pricing strategies are interesting. Personalized marketing strategies. How to integrate IoT and AI in the smart home ecosystem. And of course, for logistics, still the last mile problem. So the business impact, the reshaping of the supply chain by IoT will happen. Data-centric business will happen, and it's interesting to research about the hierarchy and structure. The platform technology, how that will act in the market is very interesting. New business models and how barriers work on implementation. So the social impact and ethical concerns is customer and organization behavior towards IoT, and the technology acceptance should be researched more. So the conclusion is AI and IoT are underlying general purpose technologies that will influence almost every part along the German food supply chain. While the German food retail has still a lot of concerns of implementing IoT and AI, the digital native companies use IoT and AI in almost every process, from planning, controlling, over operation to individualized marketing. They even sell their technology solution to other companies. They are ahead. They have a bigger grown asymmetry of technologies. The digital mechanism, the digital Darwinism mechanism will force the German food retail ecosystem towards disruptive technology to compete successfully. 5G for data transfer and mobile devices are the dominant technologies by now. The chances this technology can provide are huge. The German food retail is sitting on the oil field, data, but is still doing agriculture on top. More efficiency, higher marketing are in multiple ways plausible. New business models will be the future driver of classic brick and mortar retail in Germany. Jeff Bezos, CEO and founder of Amazon, said, AI and IoT will become part of everyone's life by solving so many problems for humans. The same counts for German food retail. IoT and AI will move in every process within the industry. Thank you very much for your attention.